Hey everybody, I'm Rob Singleton.
Okay, Rob, when you're ready.
And you've reached Ask P-Ro. Gaslighting a nation, that's the topic. Seems about once a week a new term comes out in our crazy culture. Several times a year, they stick. Gaslighting is one of those terms.
That's just in your head.
From the website Medical News Today, gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse where a person or group makes someone question their sanity.
I'm not the crazy one.
Their perception of reality, or even their memories.
I don't remember, Ben. I just don't remember.
People experiencing gaslighting often feel confused, anxious, and unable to trust even themselves.
I don't entirely trust myself.
It's actually been around a while, finding its origins in a 1938 play, later made into a film, 1944's Gaslight, in which a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she's losing her mind by decreasing and then increasing the gaslights. Sometimes it's really not funny, but sometimes it is.
I wasn't laughing.
Sometimes they are noticeably dimmer, sometimes noticeably brighter, all the while telling her she's imagining the whole thing. Gaslighting is serious, but this movie wasn't. We'll get right to it. First, would you do us a favor? It really helps get the word out on our podcast if you leave a good 5-star review. Or with YouTube, if you're watching this on video, hit that subscribe button and notification bell below this video in the right-hand corner. The word about this channel is beginning to spread finally, thanks to you all. Let's keep telling people about Jesus. Gaslighting a nation. It's happening all the time, usually with politicians and the news media, but now among friends, family, and even acquaintances online. It used to be enough to open up friendly dialogue between two parties with opposing views and trusting listeners to decide for themselves what to believe. In other words, presenting the facts and treating adults, get this, like adults, who can make up their own mind while mulling over the facts. This used to be the job of journalists to present facts. Today, many journalists are allergic to facts and prefer to traffic in feelings and emotions, and often using these emotions to make listeners who aren't currently thinking the way they want feel like they're losing it.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
The first goal is just to see if they can get people to doubt their position on an issue. Then several issues. Then their affiliations, maybe their sexual orientation, gender, perhaps their religion, and eventually God himself. Does God really exist? I used to think he did. Again, is this new? Some of you have probably never heard the term gaslighting. I mean, was the 1938 play the very start of it? Well, no, like most things, it isn't new.
What? This old thing?
Solomon said in Ecclesiastes that very little is new under the sun. In fact, he took it further by saying there is nothing new under the sun. And gaslighting is no exception. If you think about it, in the account of the first man and woman in the Bible, in the book of Genesis, it talked about Satan, who through the serpent was gaslighting Adam and Eve when he tried to get them to doubt the motives of Almighty God.
And what did God say?
In fact, as I read the Genesis account, I can clearly see how Satan actually tried to get them to think they were flipping out.
And what did God say?
You can't eat anything, none of this fruit, really? Or how about this? Did God really say? Or, no, none of that will happen. God's lying to you. See what I mean? Gaslighting. Christianity.com has some helpful tips for us if we believe we are being gaslighted by someone. How should we respond to gaslighting? Number one, they say, get help and ask God for the truth. Well, that seems obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. If you've been gaslit, you've likely been angry and sad and confused for a long time. I'm so sorry. As someone who gets it, I encourage you to do two things right away. Get help and ask God for the truth. They say find a good therapist. I would say find a good Christian counselor or talk to your pastor. If you can't afford one, a safe, wise friend who can help you see clearly. That's good too. Ask God to help you discern what is true and what isn't true in the tangled up threads of the gaslighting relationship. Number two, be gentle with yourself. You've likely spent years beating yourself up, blaming yourself for being so stupid and feeling so confused over your mess of emotions. You can't heal if you're condemning or judging yourself all the time. God is kind, gracious, merciful, humble, gentle, and truthful. He sits on a throne of grace. The accuser, the enemy, is the one who will speak lies and condemnation and sarcasm and twisted words over you. Don't align with the darkness, with the lies. Ask God to help you believe the truth and walk in the light. You are not dumb or naive or making a big deal over nothing. You've been harmed. and it's valid to be hurt. Give yourself grace as you work through untangling the emotional abuse that you've had to contend with in gaslighting. It's a real thing. Number 3, if you are being gaslit, or if you have been, call it what it is: manipulation and abuse. I know that can be hard or seem overdone, but it doesn't mean you're condemning the person who has abused you. It means you're telling the truth. And what is the truth? It's reality. We cannot heal from a thing if we are not willing to identify it. For explanations for the entire list, go to Christianity.com, as I said earlier, but search for gaslighting. For now, here are the final 3 they had on their list. Number 4, grieve what you lost. Number 5, practice confidence. Number 6, forgive the person who hurt you for not being what they should have been. And those are worth reading about as well. Well, this has been Ask P. Rowe. Until next time, peace.